We are live. We are live. Someone said, where is he? Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Let's see who's coming into the stream. Let's see who's coming in the stream. Hello. We've got one person in the stream. We've got Tips Takes. Tiffany, you're back. I haven't seen you in a while. Come on, moderator. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Yes, 100 of you in less than 50 seconds. That's what I'm talking about. I'm back. Guys, I'm back. Ciao. I'm back. 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 Hello, everyone. Hello. We are live. The Diddy trial is live today. Hajj Murad, yeah, the man, the myth, the legend is back. Thanks, Eric. Welcome back. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Gonna wait one more minute before we get into today's topic. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, guys. Murad Nation, we have returned. Someone says, welcome, how was Hajj? It was very intense, guys. I can't even lie to you. That was such an intense spiritual journey. I don't even know where to begin. Welcome back. Yes, welcome back. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We are live with the Diddy trial. Today's going to be a short one because it began today at 1 p.m. New York time. I'm not sure why it began so late. But it began so late. Not there being a break already as soon as they start, but I want to wait another minute to get some people in here. I definitely will do a recap video. Not that he's wearing heels in court. Lord, a lot's changed, guys. A lot has changed since I've gone for a week and I have returned. You did it, bro. You did it. Congrats and welcome. Thank you, guys. It's so annoying when you disappear off YouTube. Like, people don't get notifications for a while. It's super frustrating. So we'll see how many people tune into this live. Hello from Canada. Welcome back, Murad. Hi from Colombia. Hello from Canada. Hello, everybody. Keep the comments coming. Keep the super chats coming. Keep everything coming. As people are saying, you look skinny. I know. Listen, every day, 20,000 steps, bro. I'm definitely lost weight. Let's get into this, guys. The trial is beginning. Thank you, guys, for all the warm welcome in the comments. Day 21, guys. We are in day 21, where Jane is still on the cross-examination. Anonymity is demanded, notwithstanding questions asked. Inner City Press, my guy, is covering as always. As always. Yep, we're going to get into Harvey Weinstein as well. He was just convicted of his crimes. Marauders, you're spelling it right, babes. You're spelling it right. But let's get into this. The judge, anything before the jury comes in, does the defense want to respond to the government or on the jury issue? Alexander Shapiro says this is a thinly veiled attempt to exclude a black juror. Here we go again. Prosecution says we looked at the record and found a lack of candor. Not us starting early. Judge says we'll deal with it before the weekend. Are the jurors ready? The judge says, well, we'll take 10 minutes. They break for 10 minutes and then they return, waiting for the jurors. Diddy is reading something, talking to his lawyer on the side. Shapiro wants either way about the juror that America wants to remove. Still waiting for jury. Incidentally, why isn't the prosecutor's letter seeking to exclude the juror in the docket, at least in redacted form? despite Inner City Press's request. Apparently, there are some privacy issues going on. All rise. Judge says, Diddy's lawyer, you may proceed, Ms. Garagos. Tenny continues. I was to admit this exhibit under seal. Can you read that, Jane? Messages December 2021 between yourself and Cabral after hotel night. Jane says yes. Garagos says you had a pretty intense night. Yes, says Jane. Diddy's lawyer, he says to you, you was talking so dirty to me. I love it. Jane says, yes, I'm being friendly here. Diddy's lawyer, after your long hotel night, you saw him with Gina. Yes. Then Cabral wrote to you that he would be in LA and he stays to you and he's with you if you wanted, basically. Yes. Diddy's lawyer, what do you say? Jane says, it's my birthday weekend and you don't show me no love. Then you asked him to send you a personal video. Yes. That night you saw the Italian entertainer who we'll call the entertainer. Yes. And Sean had taken up with Young Miami. Finally, her name is being mentioned, guys. Finally, her name is being mentioned, guys. That's all I'm saying. Like, Young Miami's name, guys, is officially being dragged into this court. And I just feel like it's so interesting to me as to why it's taken so long for Young Miami's name to be mentioned in this. Thank you so much, FMJ. Diddy's text messages leaked about feds not finding his on the phone with loads of stuff on it. Also, welcome back. Thank you so much, guys. We are back stronger than ever when it comes to the Diddy case. Someone said, Moran, no one does it like you. I just disconnected 3 people used to piece together now, and I will get what's reported. Absolutely. Someone says, finally, in regards to Young Miami's name being mentioned. Absolutely, 110%. Diddy's lawyer says, and you said, if you don't get your ass out of the island, no party, right? Jane says, right. Diddy's lawyer, Sean wrote you a note that you said meant the world to you. You told Christina Coram you wanted to make it cute and romantic. Yes, Christina Coram's name being mentioned one more time again. Diddy's lawyer, the Valentine's Day hotel night, having 2 men there, was that your idea? It was, Jane says. After these nights, it was crushing to see these things. Diddy's lawyer, like Gina, posting the love bracelet on Instagram. Right. Jane says yes. Diddy's lawyer, here you are planning to reach out to Sean and perhaps reach out to the Italian. I was still doing that then. He says, can you FaceTime? Jane says, yes, that's what he said. Diddy's lawyer, 10 days later, you had another hotel night. Jane says, maybe. Diddy's lawyer says, let me refresh your recollection of seeing Diddy and not having a hotel night with him. It certainly did. Diddy's lawyer says, no hotel night until the end of June. Maybe. Diddy's lawyer continues. Here, Mr. Combs says, I'm jerking my D, thinking how nasty you're going to be to me, right? Jane says, yes. Diddy's lawyer, he says, call Italian or Paul is free, and you liked Paul is free. Yes. He gave you a choice and you chose. Yes. This is important in regards to the reason why Diddy's lawyers are talking about choice so much is because they want to argue against coercion, which is basically, rooted in the indictment of trafficking. And they're basically saying that whoever this person is, people think it's Gina, is basically somebody who was allowed choices. And to me, I find that to be very interesting. Very interesting indeed. He responds, I told Paul 11 p.m. is that okay? And let's watch Corn, right? Yes, Diddy's lawyer. He says, London hotel, what would you get? Jane says, stripper shoes, shorts, maybe whips. Oh my Lord, not whips. Whips? What the hell are you going to do with a whip? Oh Lord. Lord. Somebody says, wow, I wasn't expecting you live already. I feel like a lot of people are not expecting me live today. I did mention it in a comment, but I didn't formally announce it. So I don't think anybody's going to even, be expecting me live tonight and today right now. So yeah, I just kind of went live randomly. Diddy's lawyer, why shorts? Jane says, I was really turned off by their shorts, so I got other shorts for them. It was not so fun to wait for them to be erect. I started to get things on the side so they could get erect. I got pills at the stores, rhino pills. The next day, he says, want to do dinner at 9? Bring the freak bag just in case. She says, right, lingerie and the rest. Diddy's lawyer says, but you didn't have a freak night. Let me refresh your recollection. And this exhibit under seal. Diddy's lawyer says, he said, I'm about to work out with Paul, then I want to see you. You say, hair up. Jane says, there was probably a FaceTime between these two. Diddy's lawyer. He says, did you want to hit Italian right? She says, yes, I didn't want to. Diddy's lawyer. Diddy says, Paul is all we need. And you say, LOL. What do you say? I said, I'll go to the store unless you get a head start. Diddy's lawyer. What do you mean? Jane says, go to the hotel ahead of me. Diddy's lawyer. But then you spent several days at his home. Maybe. You really did love him, right? She says, yes. Diddy's lawyer. Do you remember seeing Sean in September 2022 and not having a hotel night? I'm not sure. I mean, it's a long time ago, guys. Like, how would they be able to prove that? I don't understand. Thank you so much, Tina Cunningham, for the $5. Thank you so much, Murad Nation. Assemble. Keep the super chats coming, guys. Keep them coming. Boom, boom, boom. Who's next? We're back, baby. We're back. Yeah, people say this is 50 cents baby mother, whoever this Jane Doe person is. Yeah. Diddy's lawyer. Now, do you see you saw him but with no hotel night? Jane says that is incorrect. Diddy's lawyer. September 4th, Jane says we took a jet to Vegas. He performed then and we had a hotel night with an entertainer. Diddy's lawyer says, do you remember seeing him on September 20th and not having a hotel night? I'm not sure. Let me show you this. Does it refresh your collection? Jane says, I guess it did. Diddy's lawyer says, did Sean pay for your birthday dinner? Yes. Diddy's lawyer. What was the restaurant? She says, I can't remember the name. Diddy's lawyer, you had a great time. She said, I had an okay time. So, so far the cross-examination is basically the cross-examination, guys, is basically Diddy's lawyer is talking about Jane basically being in love, Jane not being coerced, Jane obviously wanting to be part of the freak offs, the FaceTime messages, her typing LOL, and all of this stuff to show that she was engaging in this stuff and she wasn't somebody who was told to do it against her own will. And so I think this is what they're playing on. And I think that so far, right now, Diddy's lawyers are doing good with what they're saying to her. But there's a lot of room to play with this Jane Doe because, she did love this man. She's admitting this. So a lot of it can be blurred lines as to what she was forced to do and what she wanted to do because she loved this man. And those blurred lines are what Diddy's lawyers are playing on. That's what they're playing on, guys. That's what they're playing on. That's what they're playing on. It's a very tense exchange. And it's been going on for the past couple of days, basically saying that, Diddy was addicted to these sex stuff, that basically he loves to watch the show Dateline. All of that was basically spoken about yesterday as well and the day before. And the cross-examination, guys, has been going on for a very long time. Very long time. Now, we have to get into some breaking news. Some breaking news that I want to get into, guys. Harvey Weinstein has been found guilty of the criminal acts in the New York retrial. The case was being retried after an appeals court overturned his 2020 conviction last year, but the disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein has been officially found guilty as of 12 minutes ago of committing a criminal act in a retrial in New York. The 73-year-old was found not guilty of another count of committing a criminal act relating to a second person. The jury has so far not recorded a verdict in relation to an allegation of R-word against the third one. Weinstein pleaded not guilty to all three. The case was being retried after an appeals court overturned the 2020 conviction. He was accused of R-wording espousing actresses. Two of the charges were those he faced during the original trial nearly 8 years ago. So, the jury have found him unanimously guilty. He has officially been found guilty. So this has been announced as of 12 to 15 minutes ago. This is breaking news, and I wanted to interrupt the trial live by discussing this. By basically letting you guys know that this is crazy to me. So major breaking news, guys. Major breaking news. Harvey Weinstein is officially found guilty in his retrial. He thought this retrial would help him in some kind of way. And he thought that this would make him, fight for his life. He did a whole interview with Candace Owens, everything, and it clearly has not worked in his favor. So this is just news that I basically wanted to speak on before we get back into the Diddy stuff. New update. Diddy's lawyer says, "You wrote, is Nobu the only place? How about something outside of the hotel?" Jane says, "He conveniently put me in a hotel with the Nobu. I suggested Papi Steaks." Diddy's lawyer says, "That's a nice restaurant in Miami." Jane says, "So I've heard." People are saying she seems annoyed. She sounds arrogant and ungrateful. I mean, if that's what people are taking from this, then okay. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. We know the judge has denied a second defense motion for a mistrial. And, it's just embarrassing to me, embarrassing to me that he's been denied 3 bails, 2 mistrials. Everything is being denied for this man. Judge Arun is not playing with him. Kayla Brockel says, "Hey, Murad, welcome back. Murad Nation missed you. Glad you enjoyed your pilgrimage. I kept up to speed in the trial with Mims. Make it make sense. Shout out to him. Happy to have you back. Always enjoyed the Murad community." Thank you so much, guys. I think a lot of people don't know I'm back here. I didn't really announce it, which is why I feel like nobody's jumped onto today's stream, but I don't really care. I should have told people properly, but I'm here now. People will eventually find out I'm back. YouTube is the only app, guys, where when you disappear for a while, it can really mess with people's notifications, and I find that to be frustrating. Really annoying. But I'm glad I'm here and I'm back. I'm glad I'm here and I'm back, guys. Let's just keep on going. In regards to his update, I want to also know what CNN are saying in regards to all of this. Okay. So Jane acknowledges texting a hotel night was fun, but says that feelings were directed at Diddy only. The jury saw more texts between Sean and Jane from about a week later. In the messages, Diddy suggested a hotel night with either Paul or another entertainer, as we read out. When Jane told him she was kind of iced out by it or icked out by it by Boo Boo, the other entertainer had Diddy agreed that person was a no-go and arranged a hotel night with Paul according to the messages. Jane testified that Diddy only gave her a choice between 2 entertainers as though it wasn't an option to skip a hotel night, which was a good thing for her to say in response, to be honest with you. Jane also confirmed when asked that she thought she recalled spending a few days just with Diddy after that late July hotel night. And Jane confirmed that she and Diddy had another hotel night at her home. The next day, Jane texted Diddy saying in parts that was so much fun. She then sent him a long message about how much she loved and appreciated him. "My love for you is unconditional and for life." Jane confirmed that she sent these messages after a hotel night, but she testified that the feelings she was expressing were directed only at Diddy. But again, these messages that she's sending him, the defense are going to use this easily. This is great material for them to say that, look, this person was not coerced. She was not forced against her hand. She obviously has so much love for me. What is the truth? So nice to see familiar faces in the chat, guys. We are live. We are live. We are live. We are live with the Diddy trial. Scammers. Scammers. Diddy's lawyer says Valentine's Day, the year before he was in a different country, you wrote, "Get your ass back from that island," right? Jane says, yes. Diddy's lawyer, then at the Nobu Hotel, you accepted it. She says, I would say that I went along with it. You said accepted. So again, they're basically hammering down on this. I really hope Christina Coram takes the stand next, guys. I really hope she does. But get your ass back from that island. What island was Diddy on? We know Diddy loves to go islands. These men, these creepy men, guys, they love to go on islands. So I would want to know what island this man was on. Thank you, Kimber. Welcome back. We missed you. Thanks so much for the $5. Hey, Misha. Hey, Yamara. I think KK will be coming soon. Her name is all through this case, calling shots and things. Yeah, and I feel like, they need to announce it soon. Yes, we've got another whole month of this trial. We're not going anywhere. But at the same time, they need to announce this woman's name ASAP. Please. Because we want to see her. We want to see her. We want to see Christina Coram. I want to see Christina Coram. And I don't understand why it's taken so long for anyone to announce. But, I don't know why it's taking so long. Also, guys, let's check this out. Do you guys know who Young Berg is? Does anybody know who Young Berg is? Because I think that this is very interesting.
I was like, Berg stood his ground on Diddy. I tried to get Berg to squash his beef with Diddy. That nigga was like, fuck no, I'm my own nigga. I'm about to get on my own yacht. I'm about to go do my own songs with my own team. I don't give a fuck about Everman. Story. Hey, yo, look, so like, this why, like, Diddy be doing some real wild shit. Shout out to Diddy. I think, I was, he said something wild that I can't even really say on stream. You got to. Bro, he was like, come here, you little pretty motherfucker. I was like, Berg stood his ground on Diddy. I tried to get Berg to squash his beef with Diddy. Come here, you little pretty motherfucker. I was like, well, at the end of the day, bro, like, nah.
Not Ray J trying to make excuses.
Like, so I'm like, we at his crib. We at Star Island. I'm like, huh?
There we go with that island.
He like, yo, I made motherfuckers forget that such and such was this. Imagine when I put my arms around your little fine ass. I said,
excuse me?
What?
Look at Ray J's face. Diddy sons ain't gonna like this, Ray J. Diddy sons ain't gonna like this. Do you understand? Diddy sons are not gonna like this. They are not gonna like this. They're gonna try to jump Ray J again in that club, and the only person you're gonna have to call is Chris Brown to come save you. Look at Ray J.
Come here, you little
Oh, I don't want to hear it again. But basically, a lot of people have been speaking about this as well, that, other men have come forward. Young Berg, if you don't know who this man is a big music producer behind the scenes. And clearly, somebody said, whose side is Ray J on? He can't really do anything about it. But, clearly he's been saying that basically Diddy has been trying to move to him. And he's come out today. Another man has come out to say this. I told you guys, as we are in this whole case of the Diddy madness and everything that is going on, Diddy is gay. Do you understand? That man is gay because more men are coming out for him. More men are coming to say, I love him, and etc., etc. So, it's just all happening again. I don't know. Somebody said the island is where the children are. I hope they expose this. I mean, after Diddy was at this orphanage in Kazakhstan, which we still need to speak about, we haven't forgotten about it. We're going to get into that and do a video about it. That in itself was completely weird. But anyways, let's get into this and continue. Jane says, my stuttering was trying to find the right word for the pressure I felt. Diddy's lawyer says, you mean agitation? She said, yes. Diddy's lawyer, you said he gave you your birthday gift, a necklace? Jane says, yes. Diddy's lawyer, did you take this photo? Jane says, yes. Diddy's lawyer says, under seal. Diddy's lawyer, it was a Van Cleef necklace. Jane says yes. Diddy's lawyer, what is Van Cleef? A jewelry brand that is high-end. In that photo, I had already taken drugs. Any time of affection made me smile. Diddy's lawyer says, you took a mirror selfie? Jane says, unfortunately, yes. Diddy's lawyer says, Sean gave the entertainer a condom that night. Jane says, yes. Diddy's lawyer, are these your texts with Cabral? Jane says, I was high. It was 2:40 in the morning. Diddy's lawyer confirms that it was UCT time. Yes. So it was a night East Coast time. Yes. Again, okay, this conversation, I don't really know what they're trying to get at, Diddy's lawyers, but I feel like Tenny isn't bad at what she does. I feel like she's not the weakest on her team. Honestly, I think it's Mark Agnafilo, and another lawyer's name that I've forgotten her name. Someone says if they want to prosecute Christina Coram, they're probably not going to call her. Most of these witnesses have been given immunity, and perhaps they don't want to give her immunity. I mean, that would be the case. That's probably the only other thing, is that her name is being mentioned in this so much, but she's not going to be called up to the stand, is because they want to go after Christina Coram in a separate trial outside of Diddy, and they want to wrap this up first. And then after they wrap this up, then, you know, she might be basically labeled as a co-conspirator and have a completely separate trial. Because remember, guys, Christina Coram has retained a lawyer. They put out a statement on Rolling Stone. Which came out on the 18th of March. Sean Combs' chief of staff breaks her silence, calling the accusations against her disturbing and unthinkable. And of course, you know, you have to basically subscribe to read the rest of the. Oh no, you don't have to. It's all right here for us to read. But basically saying, you know, in her long statement that she had nothing to do with what was going on. She's, don't accuse me of X, Y, Z, and etc., etc. So she's basically denying it all. So I'm waiting for her to take the stand. I really am. But to be honest with you, don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, because it probably would have. I'd be gagged if she comes to the stand, because she would be the biggest person. But I feel like this person is right. If she's not being called to the stand, it's because they're going to come after her in a separate trial. That's what I think this is about. Dami says, just for information, please do not mention the name of Jane Doe. I repeat, do not. The feds are watching YouTube lives and videos. Yes, I think this is a great point. I honestly don't even know who Jane Doe is. To be honest with you, I don't really care. But I feel like a lot of people do care, which I can understand why, because everybody's curious. Somebody's taking the stand. People want to know who she is. But I just feel like in the true fashion and name of trying to have somebody get a fair trial, we shouldn't be looking at the identity of who this specific person is. And so therefore, I don't really care to look. I know other YouTubers have mentioned her name, and officially it's come in court documents that the judge is pissed and they are working to ban YouTubers from being at the trial. And to be honest with you guys, if they are on the road of trying to find who these identities of these people are, if content creators are doing this outside the courtroom, then YouTubers need to be banned. I'm so sorry, because I feel like they are just declassing everything if this is what they're doing. And clearly the judge is pissed. Gigi, thank you. Welcome back. I hope all who is involved goes down with him. It is bigger than him. Much love from New York. Got your bag. Great job that you are doing. Thank you so much, Gigi, guys. Keep the supers coming, guys. Keep the supers coming. Somebody saying, Murad, people have been doxing her name. This is the thing. Anybody who's doxing her name, they're literally giving Diddy's lawyers on a platter for them to apply again for a mistrial, and for this time for it to maybe be granted, because this is not what we should be doing. It's difficult with social media, you know. It's difficult with social media, especially now more than ever with a high-profile case. Diddy's lawyer, you invited Cabral for the next day, but the ecstasy would have worn off by then, right? Jane says, in these nights, I repeatedly took this substance. Geragos says, you say you will book his travel for the next day. Yes. Diddy's lawyer, what did you write her? Jane says, I wrote, I appreciate everything you did for my birthday. I want to give you everything you want on Valentine's Day. Diddy's lawyer says, what do you mean? Jane says, the necklace and your lovemaking only with regard to him. So, you know, she's making it clear in her responses. Don't get it twisted, Diddy's lawyer. I want to give him everything, but that's between me and him. I don't mean that I'm trying to give him everything, which applies to freak offs, 4 or 5 men. telling me to do things, these hotel nights. I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to me and you. So every time Diddy's lawyers are, saying, can you clarify this message of love? She is clarifying it. And she is stating, listen, this is between me and him. That's why I said these messages. I think that she is on track with her responses. And I think that she's doing good today. She's been cross-examined and examined for the past 4 to 5 days. If I was Jane Doe, I would be exhausted. This girl has been in the trial for so long. So I think that she's giving good responses, guys. Ms. Simone says that KK won't be testifying for the prosecution. She also stated that Diddy is listed as defendant 1, meaning there are others. I'm not sure who Ms. Simone is, but if that is what people have seen in legal documents, that, and if she is defendant 2, then Christina Coram, guys, is in big trouble. Big trouble, big trouble, big trouble, big trouble, big trouble. If she's listed as a defendant, it's over for her. It's over. Over. It's a wrap. Somebody says she really just wanted to be with him. She didn't want to do these freak offs. The only reason she continued were the rent, and that's the only way she could eventually get to be alone with him. I feel bad for her. They're trying to shift the focus onto minor things. None of this changes the fact that she was used and abused. Somebody says this lawyer is frying her nicely. And to be honest with you, I think that Tenny Garagos is doing a really good job. I think that his lawyer is doing a good job. Miss Simone is an attorney and she is also a YouTuber. Okay, so she explained that KK is not taking the stand. Listen, if Christina Coram is a defendant in this trial, that means that she also is going to be questioned at some point. Because if it's defendant 1, surely defendant 2 or 3 would also need to be questioned or analyzed. I'm so confused. Robin Greenhill was mentioned a couple of days ago as well, and I feel like she continuously gets mentioned. And she was the one who was working for Britney's funds and conservatorship, and she also was Diddy's accountant. That also is linked to, TriStar, and also that is linked to the Kardashians and who looks after their LLCs. It's all related, guys. All of these people work for this. The same crooks work for all of these celebrities. Thank you, Caroline. Hey, Marlon chat. You look great. Glad that you're back. Yes, I'm back, guys. I feel like people are still slowly feeding into the fact that I'm back. So it would be a while for people to understand that I'm here, but I am here indeed. Still so much to get into. The trial has basically only really begun at this for today, and there's still a lot more for us to get into. Diddy's lawyer says you reached out to Cabral under the pressure of my lover. You asked him and he gave the man a condom. She says at the very last minute, thank God. You wrote to him, I loved and appreciate every detail and you put into my birthday. Why would she say that, guys? Why would she say that? I know some people are mentioning who they believe Jane Doe is. I would prefer you guys not to. If there's anybody basically stating who they feel Jane Doe's names are in the comments, I will just remove you from the stream because it's just not appropriate. It's not appropriate, especially now that it's come to the judge's attention and they're literally talking about it in court documents. I wish this case, guys, could be televised. I really wish that we could see this case for what it is, as opposed to transcripts. I really wish we could. I want you guys to read this. Content creators covering the trial are about to be in trouble. This was a couple of days ago. With jury out, counsel to Jane Doe, I want to bring to the court's opinion that there are YouTube accounts that are actively trying to find out Jane's identity. Where we find contact information, we reach out. We are recording live streams. I want you guys to understand this. They are recording people's live streams, guys, because they need this as evidence. Judge, do you have evidence if these people are in the courtroom or in the overflow room? Jane's counsel, if we have found that, we would ask for them to be banned from the courtroom or overflow room. Judge, make an ex parte filing. I'll ask marshals to investigate. Jane's counsel, if someone's published her license, it would violate your order. The judge says, send me what you can. I'll consider it even on the break. So marshals are officially investigating. There's an ex parte filing and people are recording live streams to find out what is going on. So this was only a couple of days ago, guys. And, you know, the judge is making a quick response, a very strong response in regards to this. Yeah, I don't think Juror 6 is coming back after being struck. I just don't think. Jane says, I wrote that with regards to Sean. Diddy's lawyer says, you wrote what to Sean? You stopped talking to him. Jane says, I was heartbroken. I flew to Paris Fashion Week. You enjoyed it? Yes. Interesting. Is this the longest person that was on the stand? Because it seems like it. I absolutely agree. That's what this is giving. This is giving like the longest person I've seen in my life on the stand. I want to ask you guys a question. What do you guys think about Jane Doe over the last couple of days? What do you guys think about how she's been on stand? Do you guys think that she's been quite strong over the past couple of days? Or do you guys think that she's giving a weak performance? Someone said, you might have said this already, but when is your live going to be about Hajj? Probably later this week, this weekend, Sunday, Monday, I would say. I've got to get everything together and do a video about it. Murad, you're back. I am indeed. Thank you, Nisi, for the $3, guys. Keep the supers coming. Keep the super chats coming. I ain't been live for a minute, guys. I ain't been live for a minute. Someone says she's a mixed bag. She has definitely helped prove transportation to engage. I absolutely agree. But otherwise, I'm not sure how helpful she is being for prosecution. Diddy is really upset about these sketches, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen what he is basically saying, but he has spoken out. And I want to just throw this conversation in there for a while. Sean Combs tells the courtroom artist that he looks like a koala in the sketches. Before the jury in Sean Diddy Combs' trial returned from a lunch break on Thursday, last week, I believe, the gray-bearded hip-hop mogul turned to face courtroom sketch artist Jane Rosenberg in the first row to make an unusual request. He states to her, "Soften me up a bit. You're making me look like a koala bear." So I'm pretty sure that he is aware of the sketches and basically has gained access to all of it. He doesn't like the way that he's being drawn. Trust Diddy to be upset about everything when it comes to his appearance, even whilst he's in court. Like, that should be the least thing that you should be worrying about right now. Hello, William. Hopefully you're keeping well. Hi, Murad. Do you anticipate doing a recap video of today's testimony trial? I absolutely will. I do recaps every single day. So I will be giving you guys a 10-minute recap a couple of hours after this live stream so that you guys are clued up on what is going on. I am now officially back in London, so expect a lot of videos, a lot of content. I feel like I'm behind. I wasn't putting out anything for a week for obvious reasons, but I just feel like I'm behind on so much. So yes. Keep the super chats coming, guys. Keep the tips coming. FMJ says koala bear, ducks, and rhinos. I don't even want to go back to the ducks that he had in his freak off cabinets. That in itself was crazy. Crazy. I was heartbroken. I flew to Paris Fashion Week. Someone says Jane testified she's only 3 months into therapy and Diddy still pays for her housing. I can't believe that Diddy is paying for her housing. Diddy is paying her rent, and she's currently right now testifying against him. Guys, how does that work? How can her life is still being funded by this man, yet she has come to court to speak up against? I don't understand. That doesn't make sense. I genuinely feel like Diddy continued to fund her life hoping that she would not testify against him. Do you know what I mean? Thank you so much, William, for the $10. I really appreciate it. Shout out to William. Thank you, William Benjamin. I felt like Diddy was like, I'm still funding your life. I'm still giving you 10,000 a month. So therefore, I don't want you testifying against me. But they thought wrong. So FMJ says, how can you pay for a lawyer for someone that is testifying against you? Conflict of interest. Surely. That's what I'm thinking. It's a conflict of interest. I don't understand. That's what it comes across to me. It's a conflict of interest. Diddy is paying for her lawyer, yet here she is testifying against. Why would the prosecution bring her? I don't understand. I genuinely feel like someone did something strange to Diddy with baby oil as a child. His fixation is deep rooted. I wouldn't be surprised if the rubber ducks were for role play as a child. Diddy's lawyer says, this is the text message chain between you and Sean, March of 2023. On the second, he wrote, sorry, I called you a B. I deserve this love, right? She says, yes. Diddy's lawyer says, he then writes, when can you come to Turks and Caicos, right? She says, yes. Diddy's lawyer says, you sent him a heart emoji and wrote, what we have is special, right? Diddy's lawyer, Jane says, yes. Diddy's lawyer, the budget for your trip was 100,000? Yes. Diddy's lawyer, and he spent 55K? I don't know. This makes the entire prosecution case look bad. It calls into question their judgment on all of the charges. Somebody says, Diddy Docket says Jane wants to be loved. I don't think it's the strongest testimony. I feel like Jane, all of these people getting immunity, Charles. Sometimes giving these people immunity doesn't really help because is the testimony even going to be that useful? You felt he didn't like you up and leaving to Paris? No, he didn't. You went to the Mandarin Oriental and watched Corn with Sean? Yes. Sean asked you about bringing Don. Given the situation, I said yes. The budget for the trip to Turks and Caicos was $100,000. Like, what does that even mean? What were you doing for $100,000? 100,000. And did he ended up spending half of that on what though? You said if you'd known Paul, would be there? You wouldn't have gone to Turks and Caicos. I would not have. Did you write to Cabral from there and invite him to come there? Jane says yes, under the encouragement of my partner. Yes, I did. I don't know. She sounds a bit confusing now, guys. Nikwa Murad, thank you so much for coming back. It is really hard to listen to updates on this trial through other sources. You are bold and you are direct and easy to listen to, even though the updates can be harsh. Thank you so much, Nikwa, for the Nikwa is back. I'm back. Nikwa's back. We're all back, baby. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh, we have a new update, guys. We have a brand new update. Thank you, Nikwa. Diddy's lawyer, you were happy Sean gave you a diamond. I thought it was sweet. You were glad to get diamonds. I just wanted Diddy. You wrote, I wanted diamonds. Objection. Judge says rephrase it. Thank you. How dare she accept a gift thinking it was given in love by someone she was in love with? It's very manipulative for Diddy, for Tenny Garagos to say, you wrote, I wanted diamonds. As if, nobody wants a gift from their partner. Come on now. Come on now. I'm glad that the judge was like, you got to rephrase this. I'm glad the judge was like, you got to rephrase this because what do you mean? Everybody wants a diamond. Who doesn't want a diamond? Someone says, y'all, I'm feeling like young Mammy was playing the pimp role and was just treating the girls just as bad as Diddy. I feel like she definitely was playing some kind of pimp role, which is another reason for why Diddy was not abusive to her. I believe that Diddy was not harmful to young Mammy, Carisha. I believe that it never went left for her because they had a different relationship. She was bringing people to this man. I asked for diamonds and he gave me ducks, not ducks. Lord have mercy. Diddy's lawyer, do you remember telling Paul that you let Sean go too far and it was your fault? Yes. Your Honor, I think this will be a good place to take a break. Okay, all rise. Okay, so we're taking a break, guys. I also will be taking a break for, roughly 5 minutes. And I will be back. 5-10 minutes, I will be back, guys. I'm going to leave it as of here. And I'm not ending the stream. I'm just going to go and see my niece. I haven't seen her in a week and a half. She's downstairs, so I want to go see her. So I will be back. Please do not go anywhere. Take this time to grab a coffee, a tea, a drink, a snack, something, and then we're going to come back to this. I'm not ending the stream. So what did I do if I put? I think I'd rather leave like this. We are on break. I'll be back, guys. I'm back, guys. Sorry for that, guys. So just to be clear, someone says, we've learned today she was planning on meeting FaceTime frequent participants, asking for expensive gifts, calling for Sean, had made you at least some agency in freak off. This person is pro-defense. Anything inconvenient or contrary to her narrative, she pulls out, my lover would ask me to do it. Ask Sean to tell something on Insta, he would. I don't know, I was feeling sorry for her all weekend. Okay, so there are a lot of pro-Diddy people, guys, for today. Keep the comments coming. Keep the supers coming. I feel like everybody is kind of done with this trial. That's what it's giving me. I'm intrigued to know what is going to happen with Diddy in this trial. How many years is this man going to get? When is he going to go down? If he's going to go down. I just can't wait for that day when the verdict happens in July. Thank you, McBoy's Berries Farm. Definitely, Murad, it's exhausting. I know, Caroline, I agree. This is very exhausting. The burnout on this trial is real. Like, I just came back after a week and I'm already feeling burned out. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Especially for Jane Doe, you know, the fact that she's been testifying for so many days. I don't know. Young Miami keeps being, you know, the fact that she's been mentioned now. I don't think she's ever going to be called into court because she was with him at a different moment of time. But very intriguing to say the least that her name keeps being mentioned. She was there transporting that pink stuff for this man, you know? We are still on a break on the Diddy trial. FMJ says, we missed you, Murad. What even lie, bro? Thank you so much, FMJ. Thank you. I really appreciate it. That's what today is giving. I do think that Jane's testimony is being dragged out. Let's move on. I completely agree. I feel like it's being dragged out, guys. It's really being dragged out. The whole thing is being dragged out for today. Already, TMZ have written up their review article of today. Jane says she tried to use the freak offs to get with her way with Diddy. Diddy's ex once suggested the possibility of a freak off to get Diddy to ditch his date. This, according to her testimony. Jane is back on the stand for another intense day of cross-examination, and Diddy's legal team asked her about a text she sent where she seemed to be using the mogul's turn-on to get him to do what she wants. Diddy's lawyer, Tenny, asked Jane about a night when Diddy was hanging out with Young Miami. Jane testified that she pulled out the hotel night card. Hotel nights are the name she and Diddy gave to the freak-offs, telling him he wouldn't get to do anything he wanted with her if he decided to stay with Young Miami on vacation. She says after Diddy left his vacation early, she set up a Valentine's Day freak-off with two different entertainers at the same time as a treat for him. Jane has already testified about the intimate details of her life, with Diddy including referring to themselves and one entertainer as Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, and Shaq O'Neal. She says Diddy called her crap pike because he was so addicted to sex with her, adding they would often role play and watch Dateline. Whilst the trial moves forward, more exhibits are being introduced into evidence, including the NDA Intercontinental Hotel security guard Eddie Garcia, who allegedly called his angel, says that he signed. And of course, this was the NDA here that we can see. I, Eddie Yobani Garcia, declare my full legal name, date of birth, and I rep that I delivered all evidence giving rise to in any ways related to the surveillance video recording that is the subject of the declaration. And it continues for steps 3, 4, and 5.
I don't feel like me and you got a spark, if I'm being honest. Okay. That's me being honest, but I know when I go with someone that I feel it straight away. But yeah, I don't feel like me and you got it. I mean, I don't think that technique is going to work for you here. What? Right away off the bat. You'd be surprised. I feel like sparks have already been made. Good luck, pal. Girls, hey! Girls, get ready because Shay and Romel are waiting for you at the fire. He's a big boy on the left. So what's your plan coming in here? I'm not going to say too much about, myself because I've got to kind of ease into what I have. So. You can orgasm and point to the island that you fancied. What was that? That's a cough. Give her a cough, sweet. Give the person to the left.
Are we all ready except for the absence of Miss Comey? Yes, Your Honor, we've reached you. Maureen Comey enters. Okay, let's bring Jane back in, waving. The break is over, guys. Not that anybody cares on this stream, because I feel like people are not on the stream today. For whatever reason, normally it's like over 1,000, but today people are just not on the stream. Holly and Renee says boring. And they are just repeating. Oh, Marsington says Jane Doe is a co-conspirator, somebody that's not indicted on this. She's only good for transporting goods, says somebody else. Intriguing. Interesting. So you guys are saying the opposite. Jane Doe has an immunity deal. That's why they didn't know she was going to testify. Interesting. That is interesting, guys. Also, what's so hilarious, guys, is that lawyers for imprisoned R&B star superstar R. Kelly asked Tuesday that he be released from prison immediately, alleging a far-fetched plot by federal authorities to steal his mail and turn witnesses against him, then have a convicted member of the Aryan Brotherhood murder him in prison to keep it all from being exposed. In an emergency motion filed in U.S. District Court in Chicago, R. Kelly's legal team said his life is in immediate danger at the federal penitentiary in North Carolina, where he's serving a 30-year sentence. Their 20-page motion alleges that federal prosecutors, prison guards at the MCC, Metropolitan Correctional Center, and Kelly's own former cellmate, a convicted trafficker from India, conspired to steal his communications with his attorneys and use those communications to turn R. Kelly's one-time girlfriend, Azriel Clary, against him out of jealousy. R. Kelly's attorneys claimed in the filing that he recently got a phone call from a bureau of prisons officially advising him to avoid the mess hall and implying that he was a danger in prison. One federal inmate, a higher-ranking member of the Aryan Brotherhood gang, allegedly approached R. Kelly and told him that federal prison officials had directed him to kill R. Kelly in exchange for authorities looking the other way and letting him escape prison, the motion stated. So now, because of this, basically, he is pleading with Trump to help him get released because of the threats that he is facing. So, yeah. So that's also what's going on. R. Kelly has filed an emergency motion because basically people are out to kill him, allegedly with what is happening. My question would be: you've been in jail for a very long time. Why would that be now? You know, why would it be now that you are facing this scenario? I don't understand. No updates on Chris Brown. He seems to be doing absolutely fine. Miss Caragos, may you proceed? You wrote, all I have in my mind right now is your passionate lovemaking, right? Yes. You saw him 2 weeks later and did not have a hotel night? Maybe. Her responses are very short, mirroring Cassie and other people who are being questioned against the defense, where everybody's looking to give short responses. Renee Z Moonchild says everybody, they're all looking for a pardon right now, seriously. And I agree, they're all looking for pardons. They've seen what Trump has done for some people, and based on that, they are looking for a pardon. I completely forgot about R. Kelly. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I completely forgot about him. No shade. Completely forgot about that man. I completely forgot about him. Completely forgotten about him. Dami says, this is a great question. A lot of people have been asking me, will you be reviewing Love Island? Yes, I will. Love Island USA. I feel like Love Island UK, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't even watched it. It's not giving me what I want. It hasn't caught my attention and I haven't been watching it. But Love Island USA has caught my attention. And so I'm going to do a video this weekend catching up with everything with Love Island USA so that we can get onto that. Because I will be doing events in New York once again this year for Love Island USA like I did last year, which sold out. So we'll be doing that again. Love Island UK is no longer that girl anymore. They've had their day. It is what it is. It's just boring. It's Love Island USA have basically taken the crown. I completely agree. It's just the reality. It's just the reality, guys. Love Island fell off. I absolutely agree. Like, it's on right now, and like somebody got dumped on the first day. Crazy. Beck. Someone says, "How was your trip?" I want to speak about it in a video this weekend. Let's play this voice note. I believe there is no objection. Prosecution, I don't have it on my list, but if Miss Garagos represents, I have no objection. I won't. Give me a minute. I'll move on. Did you ask about hotels or Airbnbs? Yes. Why would she say, let's play this voice note, and then she's saying, let's move on? And Sean asks, how do you know there aren't cameras in the Airbnb, right? Jane says, yes, I wrote they could be covered by security. We'll just say it's our anniversary and we want to cover them to feel comfortable. So again, Diddy's lawyers are saying that she's helping to cover up evidence, cover up cameras being recorded, and she's helping to do so. But again, she signed an immunity deal, so I wasn't expecting her to be some innocent angel in the woods, you know? Diddy's lawyer says, what did you write to Sean? Jane says, you make my child so happy. I love you. Sobs. Diddy's lawyer, take as much time as you need. I do remember. Are you ready? Yes. In this, where are you? Hotel 9 3136 sealed. So she is currently crying right now on the stand. She's breaking down over her love for this man. She has all of these conflicted emotions, and therefore she's breaking down. Okay. I don't know what to feel about her, guys. I don't want to hear you read about you crying in court over your love for this man. Like, she needs to get off the stage. She's done her. I completely agree. You make my child so happy is a crazy statement. The child has some Diddy docket says the child has a relationship with Diddy. Child. It's a mess. I agree, it's a complete mess. You've introduced your child to Diddy, knowing the stuff that he's done. You're dumb, man. You're dumb. I'm so sorry. You're so dumb. You're honestly so dumb. You're honestly so. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. And this 3152, is it a message after the hotel night saying, I love living in the moment with you? It was a little party, rose, whatever we were saying. Is that a moon emoji? Diddy's lawyer. Prosecution says, Your Honor, may we approach? The judge says yes. So, prosecution want to interrupt here for some given moment. Break. Another break again. On that note, guys, I want to end today's live. We are going through a second break. And I think that the remainder of today's trial is just going to be about Jane Doe, and the cross-examination is going to continue and finish today. I think that she's been on the stand for so long. I think today is probably the last day of her being on this specific stand. So I will be doing a recap of this later on tonight in a quick video for you guys. But another break again. I can't wait another break, guys. I don't have patience. I feel like today is just going a bit slow. But of course, I'm back again tomorrow, hoping that other people take the stand, because we are in the thick of the Diddy trial, and sometimes the thickness of it can just be a bit boring for us as people. But I feel like we're all in the same boat. We don't need to wait for the next break. I don't think anything else is coming out in the next half of this trial. It's just going to be Jane Doe. The trial started late today on purpose for whatever reason, and it's going to end in I believe in an hour or so anyways. So she'll be back tomorrow as well. Somebody says, Lord have mercy. They need to get off the stand by tonight. What do you mean she's back tomorrow? She didn't keep her child away from this man. Somebody saying, I hope she kept this child away. She didn't. The child has a relationship with Diddy. We need to, as in she needs to move along now, Jane. Can we get someone else on the stand, please? I'm not coming back tomorrow. Sis, Jane, babes, take a day off. Yeah, I also agree that when it comes to Jane Doe, I don't think that the prosecution did a good job with her. I think it's a bit up and down. I'm going to end this and see you guys soon. Thank you for the super chats. I really, really appreciate it. I'm back. I'm going to be going live daily. Everything. Watch out for my videos as well. All of that consistent stuff is going to be coming. I will see you guys shortly soon. Kayla says, I can't take any more of this either. We need to move on from this. I completely agree, guys. So we need to move on from this. We need to move on. Bye, guys.